Okay, so today's video is not going to be about how to manifest anything specific, but it's going to be about how to be a tremendous manifestor, the best manifestor you've ever seen. Answer is very simple. Assume that you are. Assume that you're an incredible manifestor. Assume that you always know what you're doing. Assume that your affirmations are always working. There is always movement in your manifestations. Again, as I say in, I think, every video so far, whatever you assume has to be true. And the same process goes for whatever it is that you're manifesting. A job, money, a text, a phone call, a specific person, whatever it is, the process is the exact same. Think of your desired reality, affirm it, persist, do not react to the outside world, do not react to the 3D, do not react to your current reality. The only thing that matters under the law of assumption are your thoughts. Whatever you assume, whatever you think, whatever you assume has to be true. Your reality is a direct reflection of your thoughts. Your reality is a direct reflection of your thoughts. So you want to be the best manifestor out there? You are affirming that you are the best manifestor out there. You are affirming, I never have to wait for my manifestations. My manifestations are always coming to me. My manifestations come instantly. Everyone and everything always conforms to what I want so easily, so quickly. I never even have to lift a finger. I never have to stress about my manifestations. It's so easy for me to affirm what I want. I never react to my current reality. It's easy for me to ignore it. Easy for me. Manifesting comes easy to me. Manifesting a specific person is the easiest thing for me to do. Manifesting money is the easiest thing for me to do. I'm the creator of my reality. Whatever I choose is what is. Whatever I assume to be true is true. There is always movement in my manifestations. The 3D has to conform. My current reality has to conform to my assumptions. Again, whatever I assume has to be true. I'm the best manifestor. I'm so good at manifesting. Everybody always comes to me for manifestation advice. These are all things you can say. These are all affirmations you can say to make yourself the best manifestor out there. Because again, why wouldn't you be? Why wouldn't you be? And also, that goes in line with like, assume that your manifestations are working, or assume that your affirmations are working. So you don't want to say affirmations one day and later on think, oh, well, I wonder if those affirmations worked. I wonder if it's working. Like, I know I've been saying it for a few days. I wonder if that's working for me. It is. Why wouldn't it? You're the only person saying that it might not be working. Assume that it is. And again, another thing you can affirm, my affirmations always work. I always have the best affirmations. It's so easy for me to affirm. It's always easy for me to come up with my own affirmations. It's easy to me. It comes easily to me. The law of assumption makes so much sense to me. It's so easy for me to understand. And another thing too that I get questions about is like, do you have to believe your affirmations? Not necessarily. Of course, if you do believe them, you're ahead of the game. But if you don't, because again, if you've been practicing the law of attraction for a while, it's probably easy for you to get discouraged by your manifestations because the law of attraction does not work. It doesn't work. Anything that people have manifested with the law of attraction is because they assumed it was going to happen. They were operating under the law of assumption, because you're always operating under the law of assumption. Whether you realize it or not, you are. It's how your mind works. It's how life works. It's how the shit works. So, when you are thinking about manifesting, you can say, manifesting is so easy for me. My manifestations are always working. My manifestations are always coming. My affirmations are always working. You don't have to wonder if it's working. You are assuming that it is working, so it is. You assume that your affirmations are the best affirmations you could be using, so they are. My affirmations get me my manifestations the quickest. I have the quickest working manifestations. Whatever it is that you want to say that. And it's like, you don't have to, again, it's not the law of attraction. You're not going to say that and let it go. You're going to continue affirming that all the time. I'm a master manifestor. I'm incredible at manifesting. I manifest whatever I want. I have so many people asking me, how do you manifest all this stuff? And guess what? I say all these affirmations multiple times every single day. I affirm this all day, every day. Not obsessively, but like, you know, throughout the day I manifest, or I affirm these things. Literally, I will have people saying that to me word for word. I will. My sister just asked me earlier, she was like, can you stop manifesting everything? Like, can you just, like, everything's working out? And that's another affirmation. Everything's always working out for me. The universe is always working in my favor. She was joking. She's not a hater. But, like, it was just funny because I was like, yeah, I really manifest everything I want. That's another thing that I affirm. I manifest everything that I want. I look around at my life and I manifested everything. And it all came to me so quickly, too. These are all things that are legit. These are things that I affirm. These are things that come to be true. And that was the point that I was trying to make, was that, yes, if you already believe these affirmations, you're ahead of the game. But if you're skeptical, or if you're not totally on board or believing it, that's fine. But don't doubt it. There's a fine line between being skeptical and doubting, or questioning, I should say. If you are saying, oh, well, you know, I've been saying my affirmations every day and like, I don't know if it's working. That's doubting. That's questioning. But if you're saying, you can say things like that too. Like, it's so crazy how these affirmations just worked for me. Like, it's so crazy how everything just clicked with the law of assumption. It's so crazy how all my manifestations just started coming in like crazy. Like, I couldn't believe it. You could say things like that, or act like you're talking to a friend. Like, yeah, it was crazy. Like, I started affirming one day, and then literally like the next day, so-and-so texted me, or I got this job, or I got a random check in the mail. Like, you can affirm things like that, and you can come from a place of affirming it from like, I can't believe that happened. That was not so crazy that happened. Come from a place of that because you're still affirming that this thing has happened or is happening or whatever, but you're not coming from a place of wondering, questioning, doubting. You're not wondering when it's coming. You're not doubting if it's coming. You're not wondering if it worked, because all of that are doubts that will delay your manifestations, and they will not work, or your affirmations, they will not work. But if you assume my affirmations are always working, my manifestations are always coming to me, you will continue to see that stuff conform. And the more that things conform, the more that you will see, the more that you will believe it. And the better at manifesting you will get over time, because you know that when you manifest something, you're going to get it, because you have to. You've seen it happen time and time and time again. It will happen because you know that's how it works. You know that your affirmations work. You know that your assumptions work. You already know that your assumptions have to be true. You're in a state of knowing. You're in a state of assuming things are true. You're in a state of knowing that you have this power. And again, if you don't believe it right off the bat, that's fine. Act like you do. Act like you do believe it. Act like you're like, that's so crazy that that happened. Like, I was having so much trouble, but I started doing this and it just clicked. It just worked for me. It was crazy. You can say things like that if you're still not totally convinced, and it'll happen, because your reality is a direct reflection of your thoughts. I cannot say that enough. Your reality is a direct reflection of your thoughts. If you're wondering if it's going to work, it won't. If you're assuming that it's going to work, it will. It's as simple as that. It is as simple as that. If you're not totally convinced, convince yourself. Convince yourself that it's already happened. Isn't that so crazy that that happened? I remember when I didn't think my affirmations were going to work, and they worked literally overnight. So it was crazy. You can say things like that because it acknowledges still that there was a crazy element that you didn't fully believe, but also that it came to be true, because it will. You already know that it will, so you don't need to doubt it. You don't need to doubt anything. So get into a state of knowing and affirm that you are a great manifestor. I'm the best manifestor I know. I manifest everything that I want. I can manifest literally anything. These are all affirmations to ensure that you can manifest whatever you want, whenever you want, whatever day that you want. It does not matter. Circumstances do not matter. Doubts, questions do not matter. The only thing that matters under the law of assumption are your thoughts, your assumptions. Whatever you assume has to be true. Your reality is a direct reflection of your thoughts. Whatever you assume has to be true. Your reality is a direct reflection of your thoughts. That is it. It's very simple. You are a master manifestor because you say you are. Go out and you can literally manifest whatever you want under the law of assumption.